Hi, I'm Richard Vague with Tycos. After months of announcements and policy changes, the first wave of tariff collections is coming in. Now we can ask, is the added revenue from Trump's tariffs reducing the deficit? It's an especially relevant question given the added benefit of the cost savings presumably coming from DOGE. You probably heard Trump highlight the nearly $30 billion in tariff revenue received in July, a 290% increase over the prior July. How big of an impact is that really making? And the accompanying question is, are those tariffs reducing the trade imbalance? Well, on the one hand, it's still very early, so still hard to tell. On the other hand, it's been almost 5 months since Trump's Liberation Day, so it's definitely not too early to take a good look. The answer is the impact on the deficit is still barely noticeable. Let's compare the 7 months ending July 31st, 2025 to the same 7-month period in each of the prior 3 years. The deficit is now still huge, negative 5.2% of GDP. That is slightly better than 6.0% for the same period in 2024, but a lot worse than the 2.3% for the same period in 2022. Tariff revenue is up by 0.3% of GDP, but is more than offset by a decrease in income tax revenue, which is down by a full 2% to GDP from 2022. We're not suggesting any causal links between higher tariff revenue and lower income tax revenue, even though there may be at least some. It's just too early to tell. By the way, government expenses are also up slightly over the full 7 months, even with DOGE. And if we just look at July, the most recent month, compared to July in prior years, the story is about the same. Tariff revenue is up a lot, almost a full percentage point of GDP, but other line items like income tax revenue are down. Overall, revenue to GDP is actually slightly down from a year ago, and expenses are up. As we look at these, it's important to remember that tariff revenue results in increased costs to U.S. businesses, U.S. households, or both, depending on how much of that tariff cost is passed on to consumers. And we are certainly seeing that play out in things like GM's report of a $1.1 billion hit to its bottom line in the second quarter of 2025 due to tariffs, which contributed to a 35% drop in net income during that period. And its further expectation that tariffs will cost between $4 billion and $5 billion for the entire year of 2025. Given that, it's not unreasonable to think that high tariffs could slow down GDP growth, at least somewhat. So what are the tariffs doing to the trade deficit? Well, it's clearly making a difference there. From the period from January through March of this year, it made the trade deficit far worse, reaching negative 6%, as U.S. importers accelerated orders to beat the imposition of tariffs. But in April through June, it made the deficit slightly smaller than during the Biden years, negative 2.4% as compared to Biden's 3-ish%. Still high, but better. That was because while exports stayed proportionately the same, imports have fallen, presumably because of tariffs and other restrictions. Perhaps that's a good thing, but some are worried it will soon start leading to shortages in a number of goods. We'll know soon enough. So overall, not a lot yet, but we'll keep updating you. Thanks, and please note that the emails we send you contain all the charts we use in the video in case you want to examine them more closely or use them for other purposes. Thanks.